Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Experience Team iteration planning video. Today is Monday, July 19th, and we're going to go over what we are planning on committing to for the next 2 weeks. First up, we have a discussion point. Tyler, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, do we, excuse me, someone asked me this in a thread somewhere. Um, when do we change the homepage content away from GitLab 14? Is the actual question. But if no one knows the answer, how will we know? Or who should we ask?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but in my head it was 2 weeks, which has already been 2 weeks. Has it already been a month at this point? I don't know, but
Close to, yeah.
yeah, I feel like we're good at this point. Personally, I don't know who has the final say in that, but
Yeah, do
when
we
we've
just
done
change
this
it
in the
back to what it
past, we've done
was?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's super easy. All right, I thought there was like replacement content for it or something, but that's like
Not for the hero. The banner already got changed, so that's good. But the hero is like we had like a constant one with the kind of like little illustration.
Okay.
The only other time we've done a homepage hero takeover was like in December for this IBM thing, and I think it was only for 2 weeks. So that's kind of what I'm going off of.
Okay, cool. I'll just ask in Slack. I'll like get it ready and I will like triple check. I'll just be like, hey, I'm ready to change it back. Any objections or whatever? I'll go in that release channel or something.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Thank you. Yeah, I just never got an issue for like I'm like very process focused and I'm like, yeah, no one asked me to do it, so I didn't do it.
A good note for next time to ask in advance, like how long are you putting this up for?
Yeah, or like have them create a follow-up issue that's due 2 weeks from the thing.
Yeah.
I just want to chime in, like in my history or experience, usually you don't know until there's an issue and they tag you in GitLab. And that has been the process in the past. And usually there's not very much warning. It's like, okay, now we're ready. Here you go.
Cool. We're good. Good to jump on. Okay, I guess you're up first anyway, Tyler. So
sure am. So plans that I have for this iteration. First up is finish cache busting for specifically Slipper's assets. I think that's done. It just needs to be reviewed. I got the pipeline passing on it. We're finally able to push. So my guess is if there's anything to change in it, it's like 1 point and very quick. But both Barker and Nathan have seen that. So, and I've like done I've done like a little bit of the regression testing on my end, but it's worth putting it through the paces because it is changing some major assets. So let's just, be careful. And then I carved out another point. The way that I did that cache busting will not, I mean, it would work for all the other assets, but like it wouldn't be the right way to do it for the asset. And like, not only would it not be the right way, it would be like a bad way to do it. Like it would technically be cache busting, but we shouldn't do it that way. So I do have in my head, after going through that exercise, I do have in my head a couple ideas about where to start with like the site-wide cache busting stuff for all of our assets, but it is a multi-step process because like the long and short of it is like we couldn't do one thing right now to enable it, and we need to do, there's a multi-steps there. So I want to take some time to like write it out to plan it because it is worth discussion. And then I carved out 4 points for, we have a Bootstrap and jQuery update issue, which has been in the unassigned thing for a little while. So I pulled that out of there, Nathan, as a heads up. Then I'm going to finally have some time to, I had pushed this back last iteration of the one before about investigating the pipeline execution times, which are trending way up. This does not include the problem that happened last week where it was just stalled out. This is a separate problem with the pipeline. And then I've also reserved time for, I'm sure there will be follow-up on the comparison infographic. I have nothing specific for it, but I'm like blocking out time for follow-up. I don't know how much that'll be or what it'll be, but I'm just like gonna stay ready for it. And then the final thing is I'm gonna prep the homepage hero section revert. And yeah, that's it. And I think Tina is up next.
Yeah, I'm next. I'll go super quick because I've got to really, really, really grumpy toddler on my lap right now. I'll be working on the security badges block for the homepage, which is an issue I picked up from Jess's OKRs. I'll also be getting my head around aligning our type stack labels, which is something I hope I can still be working on with Laura. And lastly, I saved 1 point for feedback on the comparison page design, which isn't a huge priority because I know that we're probably not going to be working on engineering that this quarter, but at least it'll be in a good place for when we have resources to do that, hopefully next quarter or next year or whenever. I can't see who's next, but that's it for me.
I can hop on. I think it's Javi that's up next. He is on PTO today, but he has 4 points for engineering issue for resolving card CSS in www, and then a couple of points for feedback on the navigation MR, and then there's an old kind of stale MR for slippers that aligns all the spacing, and I think he wanted to reevaluate that and make sure that we can still merge that in. And I think up next is Nathan.
Yeah, so this week I'm on onboarding for full-time. So I was on contract before. So I think most of it's overlap, but there is 1 or 2 days of work. So I just put some time aside. I didn't know how many points, so I just kind of said this week. Google banner is going up. I don't know how long. I think it's only a couple days, but it's going up tomorrow. I'll make sure to check how long so I can put the commit banner back. And then I'm going to work on the topics landing page. I think it'll be ready next week. I'll have to confirm with Steven, should be good. And then solutions, if it's ready, kind of a stretch goal for next week as well. Yeah, Lauren, or not Lauren, sorry, Laura.
The LD and the LD
Yeah,
really.
I can't, we gotta put full names.
Sorry. Yeah, so I put 6 points down for the install page, the engineering portion of that. I also set aside some time to build the drop-down portion of it in slippers because there's kind of a new component there. So building that in slippers, which will be used on the install page as well. I have a couple of comments that Jess left me from the demo page that I haven't finished up yet. So that's some carryover from last sprint, last iteration that I'll work on. And then I wanted to work with Tina on the Figma, the type stack alignment, make sure that those are in line. And then I have carryover from a blog bug. The social links aren't showing up in the footer. I looked at it for a couple of minutes last iteration and just didn't get to it. So that'll be what I work on. And next is Jess.
So I've got a short week. I'll be out next week. I am trying to do this customer case study template. We're going to help out another team with their OKR Q2 goals. I'll try and knock that one out. If I have a little bit of extra time, there's a small request for the pricing page to have a link to the marketplace, which is another way of buying our product. So do something really simple MVC1 style there. And Steven, you're up next.
Yep, just finishing up the topics landing page. Spelling error there, my bad. I've got some feedback to fix on that, and then loop in Nathan on that, and then start work on the solutions landing page. There's a link there to the current experience, and then the enterprise page, which isn't the whole page, it's just a section within that page. So yeah, that's me. And next is Barker.
I am going to be working on that solutions template, building it out in slippers and in www, and then going to try to launch the thing. So we'll see.
Cool. I think that's everyone, and we'll see you for the next video.